Hey guys, Wise Gamer here, and today I'm bringing you another indie game review. This time we're looking at Ultimate Chicken Horse. Now, Ultimate Chicken Horse is a really cool platformer, party game, puzzle game. It's really unique in nature, and that's what is really interesting about it. It's got a kind of a strange name. It doesn't tell you too much about the game itself, but once you see some of this footage, you're going to fall in love with it. Now, the game itself is in greenlit right now. It did get successfully funded on Kickstarter. It's looking at being released actually in February of 2016. So I mean, it's definitely going to be on Steam. It's not available for purchase right now. It's only people that backed it, and then some people like myself with YouTube are able to get copies of it. So if you want to see a lot more footage, check out Stumped Games. I'll have a link to their channel down in the description, but they have a whole bunch of Let's Play series on it, 4-player local co-op, great stuff. So without further ado, let's get into the review. So basically with this game, the general idea of Ultimate Chicken Horse is you pick one of crazy characters. Just recently they introduced a chameleon character, so there's definitely new stuff coming in. There's like a chicken, horse, sheep, raccoon, and another chameleon. And you pick one of these characters and you're going to be going into a level where your goal is to get to the flag at the end of the level. But the issue is that sometimes you can't get directly there. You got to build stuff in between to like be able to jump and platform to get there, kind of like a parkour style type thing. Sometimes though what happens is you can also place down traps, so people want to place down traps to try to like kind of kill your character before you get to the end, and the goal is basically to have the most points at the end of the round. So what that means is that you know, if you're the first person to get there, then you might get a bonus point for being first, but if everyone gets there, no one's going to get any points at all. So you pretty much only get points if you're actually able to like defeat someone else. So you want to make it as challenging as possible with traps and the way you got to jump around and stuff like that, but at the same time make it doable because you got to get to the end too. So it's really nice on how they kind of play that against each other, of both the skill base of trying to make sure you get there yourself, and then also the like trap and like PvP aspect, I guess, of trying to like hurt the other player. So as that goes through, it's kind of a general idea, and you'll see some of the gameplay here. The really unique part about it, though, is just that this is like a local 4-player co-op. So you can have 2 to 4 people, and as you add more people, the gameplay changes some because more things will show up on the map each round. Obviously, 4 people placing things compared to 2 people placing things makes the map a lot more complex. And really, every time you play a map, it's going to be different because the items you get are going to be different. There's a really big selection of item pools, and they seem to be adding items into that as well as the game continues in development. So it's really nice to kind of see what's going to be going out there, trying out different things, and learning about the game too. Overall, I mean, I really have a lot of fun with this. I play it with my nephew, and I mean, we have a blast just playing, just the 2 of us here, going through, jumping through the maps, and trying to make it as challenging as possible. Visually, the game's really appealing as well. I really enjoy the artwork that they have here. All the elements really tie together well. You can really see what's going on. As you go through some of the items in the selection menu, it'll actually animate now. It's part of the last update, where it'll show you kind of like the animation of what it does. Like the bomb will blow up crates, a springy platform thing will, you know, shoot up in the air, stuff like that. Really, I mean, it looks great. It's a really beautiful game. I love the way they do the artwork and the style with the things like when disco mode gets turned on, or, you know, party mode and the disco ball drops, that type of stuff. And really that goes right into the audio of it too. So along with those visuals, you really get a good audio track. I love just like the start up there. You probably heard at the beginning of the video, the Clever Endeavors game logo starts, and just from there they have an awesome soundtrack that just plays throughout the entire map. And I don't know how many songs there is, probably 4 or 5 I want to say, but it's just really good. It really kind of fits you in a positive spirit. You can kind of have fun doing it, and it reminds me of just sitting around a console at a TV, I should say, on the couch and just having a little party and with some friends over and playing the game. So a lot of fun for that. I can see using like Steam Link or something like that to play on a big screen TV in your living room and really enjoying it that way. As far as replayability goes, I know I talked about this as well with just how many times the map changes. Right now I want to say there are 6 different maps. They just added 2 in the last update, so same thing, they're adding new stuff all the time. I know there's talks with the developers where they've said things like maybe having a creative mode where instead of just, they have a creative mode currently where you can kind of just place items whatever you want, and then they have a party mode where like you have to pick whatever's available on the screen. They give you like a random pool of items to choose from. So I know they're talking about more of a creative sandbox mode in the sense of like being able to build your own level even and stuff like that, possibly. Working with Steam Workshop, that would be really cool. But otherwise, replayability wise, the 6 levels that you have now, there's so many different options you have for doing things. Like we still find things when we play it now, I've probably put in 10 hours into the game, where it's like, oh, okay, well, wait a second, what if I put this here? This changes the element of this map completely. You have to go this route instead. Really fun stuff like that. It just really makes it unique in that sense. Really, the only drawbacks that I have at the moment are just the fact that there are a decent amount of item pools, but it seems like I always find myself kind of using the same items over and over again, so I want a little bit more variety there. I mean, there's like 3 or 4 different size pieces of wood, for example, which, yeah, they're all different items, but at the end of the day, they're all do the same thing. They have the same function, stuff like that. Really, outside of that, there's been a few things that I've talked about with the developer. I mean, there's some bugs right now, but that's expected in the game. Obviously, it's, you know, not even in early access. It's not available on Steam yet, that type of thing. It's been greenlit only. But really, outside of that, I mean, I think that the game plays really well. I wish there was a few things like, you can get like a bonus coin, for example, that gives you extra points, but whoever gets that coin first holds on to it. So I kind of wish maybe I could like jump on a player's head and steal that coin away from them, or something like that. That would be kind of interesting. Or maybe after you die, if there's player-controlled traps, that'd be kind of cool too. Just something to kind of give the person that died something to do, and just a few things like that. But overall, I mean, the game's great. I really like it a lot. So with the gameplay just constantly changing from level to level, great visuals and amazing audio to keep you on track, I really do love this game. I think that every time that the level changes, or every time you play a level, it's going to be different. So you're really going to get a lot of that replayability out of it. I definitely recommend it. I'll have links down in the description to their website, as well as the Steam store page, but again, you're not going to be able to buy it just yet. Look for it sometime in February 2016. Hope you guys enjoyed the review though. Let me know what you guys think down below, and thanks, we'll see you next time.